It's one thing to be concerned about their own future, but it's another to be indifferent to the well-being of a family member who has supported them throughout their ordeal. Meemaw not only provided Georgie with a steady income, but also
in the upcoming Thanksgiving episode of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, a reunion of the Cooper family will unveil the previously hidden struggles of Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. As the new series, starring Montana Jordan and Emily Osment, shifts focus to the McAllisters, familiar faces like Mary, Meemaw, and Missy will return, enhancing the familial connections. Despite the festive gathering, Sheldon's absence, stemming from unresolved grief over his father George's death, highlights his emotional turmoil and isolation in California. Although not present in the episode, there are plans for Sheldon to eventually return, with discussions underway to feature Ian Armitage again, potentially in the first season finale or a future season. Sheldon's secret TBBT tragedy is revealed in Cooper family's Georgie and Mandy sequel's reunion episode. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's exciting Cooper family reunion will highlight the secret tragedy of Sheldon that The Big Bang Theory never told. Chuck Lorre is further expanding the sitcom franchise that he and Bill Prady kickstarted with a new show starring Montana Jordan and Emily Osment. Instead of the Coopers, however, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's extended cast will be the McAllisters, as the couple lives with them for a while. Admittedly, this is a risky change, considering how beloved Georgie's clan is. While they won't be series regulars, the Coopers will still have a presence in the show. As previously confirmed, Zoe Perry and Annie Potts will reprise their respective roles as Mary and Meemaw in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's pilot episode, The 610 to Lubbock. Meanwhile, episode 2 will feature the return of Reagan Reverd as Missy. While she was initially set to only make a single episode appearance, her role has since then been expanded to become a recurring guest star, as the Young Sheldon sequel delves deep into her relationship with her older brother. Beyond that, however, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is also confirmed to stage a reunion for the Cooper family. The Coopers have a reunion in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's Thanksgiving episode. Thanks to a social media post by Potts, it is now confirmed that 4 young Sheldon characters will return in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's special Thanksgiving episode. In a behind-the-scenes video, Perry, Reverd, Potts, and Dale actor, Craig T. Nelson, will be back for the sequel as they spend the holiday with the McAllisters. Since Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage hasn't even premiered yet, there's barely any narrative detail announced for the said special. That said, seeing the actors get together on the set again months after young Sheldon's ending is enough to excite those who miss them. Despite not being an official member of the family, it makes sense that Dale will be part of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage festivities. He has gotten closer to Meemaw ever since they started living together, which was followed by George's unexpected death. However, one notable absence is Sheldon. Granted that the boy genius already moved out of Texas and to California, where he is finishing his postgraduate studies at Caltech. As seen in The Big Bang Theory, he would stay in Pasadena until his adult years, although he is still expected to come back home from time to time. Sheldon's absence in Georgie and Mandy's first Thanksgiving episode reveals his unseen TBBT struggle. George's death in Young Sheldon Season 7 had an immense impact on his family. Because of its unexpected nature, everyone was caught off guard and reacted differently. Suffice it to say, their lives changed drastically when the tragedy happened. So, it's great that George's family can gather and celebrate the holiday, despite the harrowing events of the year. That said, there seems to be something off-putting knowing that Sheldon won't be there. While Mary clung to her faith, Georgie went on autopilot, and Missy started lashing out. The boy genius internalized his grief in the Young Sheldon Season 7 finale. He didn't even properly say goodbye to George during his funeral, or talk to anyone about his regrets over his shortened time with him. Adult Sheldon in the flash-forward admitted that he tried to evade properly processing his grief by purposefully not talking about it. Knowing that he is alone in California, with no support system during the holidays makes George's death a worse tragedy for him. Despite claiming to prefer being alone, Sheldon needs emotional support, especially during this very difficult time. This makes his non-involvement in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage-esque Cooper reunion episode worse. Via flashback sequences, The Big Bang Theory revealed how Sheldon met Leonard, Howard, and Raj, something that isn't due to happen for several more years in the prequel's timeline. That said, the nerd-centric sitcom never showed what life was like for George and Mary's son during his starting days at Caltech. Despite claiming to prefer being alone, Sheldon needs emotional support, especially during this very difficult time. This makes his non-involvement in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's Cooper reunion episode worse. When will Sheldon appear in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage? While Sheldon won't be in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Thanksgiving reunion episode, it doesn't mean that he won't be back in the Young Sheldon sequel. The producers have confirmed that they are actively working to bring him back. Ian Armitage is also willing to reprise his breakout role, even for just one episode. Ideally, Sheldon should find himself back home in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's season 1. Perhaps he could be the finale's special guest. Otherwise, his cameo can be saved for the show's potential sophomore year.
Subscribe now.